Hello everyone, I'm Taylor Twellman from Major League Soccer and Apple TV. The regular season in MLS returns this Saturday with a marquee matchup of FC Cincinnati at Inter Miami in the Eastern Conference, while the semifinals are set in the second edition of League's Cup, and not a single team from Liga MX remains, which is crazy to think as this year's edition was more conducive to those teams competing at a higher level and having more of an advantage. The League's Cup committee this year gave them more of a chance by not having them travel all over the country, and yet they disappointed. Monterrey, León, Chivas not even getting out of their group. Pumas losing 4-0 Seattle, and the big one, Club America with every home game in Southern California, and they lose to who? The Purina Underdog of the Week. The Colorado Rapids won MLS Cup in 2010. The league was very different back then, and yet they still have a star above their crest. Since then, 13 seasons. They've made the playoffs 5 times. They're often forgotten about, and some of it's hard to argue with. Now, they finished second in the Supporters' Shield race, winning the Western Conference in 2021, but the last 2 seasons have been dire. So they went out for known quantities. U.S. men's national team players who could right the ship. Mihalovic, Vines, Steffen. But it was the underdog himself, head coach Chris Armas, who was the one that changed the course of this team. A player, a coach, a person who lives and breathes the underdog mentality, the chip on his shoulder. Look at the League's Cup run. They lost 4-0 to Portland. Then a 97th minute goal from Navarro versus León. They win on penalties. Juarez 3-2. Toluca 2-1. 96th minute goal to beat them. And then 10 rounds of penalties to beat America. Is LAFC next? Chris Armas has this team believing, and rightfully so. He asked the question.
We stay here. We staying here. Why not the Rapids? Why not the Rapids?
Our Underdog of the Week is brought to you by Purina with a friendly reminder about the power of pets. Just like I do, spending time with your pets can reduce stress and anxiety and help keep your head in the game. It's one of the many reasons that Purina believes that people and pets are happier together. It is so difficult to be consistent in a league of parity, especially when you win the ultimate goal of MLS Cup, which does make it somewhat remarkable that LAFC is in the boat that they are in. They won MLS Cup in 2022. They followed that with runs in Leagues Cup, Open Cup, CONCACAF Champions Cup, and MLS Cup. And I get it, they didn't win a single trophy, but they're there. They're competing for trophies. They regroup. They come into the MLS regular season in 2024 with the thinnest roster on record. They have the worst start in franchise history, 3 wins in the first 9 games. And then they win 9 of 10 on the back of Bogusz and Bouanga, along with the second best defensive record in MLS. And they're looking like a team that may win another trophy. They're 6 points behind Miami in the Supporters' Shield race, 2 points behind the Galaxy in the West. But they have games in hand, which makes it possible that they catch both of them. But all eyes and attention will be on Colorado in the League's Cup semifinal, where a win guarantees them a spot in the CONCACAF Champions Cup for next season. But more so, a date with the redemption. A cup rematch in Columbus. Sorry, Philly. It ain't happening. This week on Offside, an Apple podcast, we catch up with Paul Tenorio of The Athletic to talk the craziness of the MLS transfer window and Mauricio Pochettino, and the MLS regular season restarts Saturday with a blockbuster. Inter Miami host FC Cincinnati, where a win could go a long way for Messi and friends to solidify their stance as the best team in the regular season. Go to Apple TV and get 50% off the MLS Season Pass, League's Cup Final, regular season stretch, and the MLS Cup playoffs, all right there on Apple TV.